morning, boys and girls. It's good to have you here again. You're welcome to today's structure class. So, who can remind us of our last week's topic? Yes, we learned about comparison of adverbs. Comparison of adverbs. So, today we'll also be looking into the same topic, but now we're going to be learning something different. We'll be learning how to identify regular and irregular adverbs. Okay, good. So we'll quickly take the correction of last week's quizzes activity. We'll take the correction. I know and I want to believe you all did well. Okay, so we'll just take the correction quickly before we proceed to today's lesson. So the instruction says fill the blank with the right adverb. Example, write neatly. So we have words walk, color, shine, behave, talk, drive, sleep, and eat. So the correct adverbs for this word, for walk, you could say walk gently or walk quickly, depending on the one you choose. Okay, the next one, color, we can say color nicely or color roughly, depending on the one you choose. Shine, shine brightly. Behave, behave badly or nicely. Talk loudly or gently. Drive slowly or carefully. Or drive recklessly or drive carelessly. Anyone you choose to pick. Sleep soundly or sleep peacefully. Eat quickly or eat hungrily. All these are adverbs. You should also remember that adverbs are words that tells more about a verb, an adjective, or another adverbs. Okay? That tells more about a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Good. I want to believe we all got these questions right. Now let's give ourselves a round of applause. Bravo. Okay, so at the end of today's lesson, you should be able to identify adverbs, identify regular and irregular adverbs, know the rules for comparing with adverbs, use adverbs correctly in sentences, and you should also be able to use adverbs to compare things. The Bible reference for this lesson will be taken from the books of Colossians chapter 3 verse 23. Colossians chapter 3 verse 23, and it says, "And whatsoever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men." Heartily in this Bible verse is the adverb. Okay? Now, what are the rules for comparing with adverbs? Most short adverbs add er or est to the adverb. Okay? Do you get that? Most short adverbs like late or early, they add er or est to the adverb when we want to compare them. And remember, we have positive, which means the word. Comparative, you're comparing more than one, meaning you're comparing two things. Superlative, you're comparing three or more things. Okay, so for late, for adverb like late, if you want to compare them, the comparative will be later and the superlative will be latest. We have early, comparative will be earlier, superlative will be earliest. Most adverbs of two or more syllables like often, 2 syllable, quickly, 2 syllables. Okay, now you should know that most adverbs of 2 or more syllables will use more or most with the adverbs when you're comparing. Example, often, 2 syllable words. Okay, 2 syllables words, 2 syllable words. Okay, so when you're comparing often, the comparative will be more often, and the superlative will be most often. Can you say often, often, oftiest? It doesn't sound right, okay? So you say often, more often, most often. And let's go to quickly. Quickly, you're comparing. Comparative will be more quickly, and the superlative will be most quickly. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. Now, regular adverbs take the ER and EST in forming their comparative and superlative. I'll take that again. For regular adverbs, they take ER and EST in forming their comparative and superlative. Let's take an example. Positive means the words. The words we have are early, soon, hard, fast, slow. All these are regular adverbs. Okay? Now the comparative of early, we're comparing now more than one, between two. Okay? We're comparing between two things or two nouns. Okay? Early. Comparative will become earlier, and the superlative will be earliest. Remember, superlative more than two, meaning starting from 3 and more. 3, 4, 5. Maybe you're comparing more than 3 things or 3 things and more. Okay? Now another word, we have soon. Comparative will be sooner. Superlative will be soonest. We have hard. Comparative will be harder. Superlative will be hardest. I gave you the hard one. I gave her the harder one. I gave them the hardest. Do we understand it now? Now another word, we have fast. Faster, fastest. You're fast. Tolu is faster than you. Bola is the fastest of the two of you. Do we get that now? Good. We have slow, slower, slowest. Okay, now, so for irregular adverbs have a fixed form for comparative and superlative. You don't add the more and most. The more and most are the premodifiers. Okay? We don't also add the ER and the EST. The irregular adverbs have another word. They have a fixed form of comparative and superlative that is different from, so the superlative is different from the comparative, and the comparative is different from the positive. Do you understand? So let's take the examples. We have, for positive, that's the words, list of words. We have well, much, less, good, little, bad. Now the comparative of well is better. Superlative, best. For much, we have more, most. Less, we have lesser, and least. Can we say, oh, less, lesser, lessest? No. So the superlative is a different word, least. Now we have good, comparative, better, best. Can we say good, gooder, goodest? You're laughing. Some people can say that. I know you. Okay, so I know you're super smart and you wouldn't say that, because now we know that the comparative and superlative for good is, comparative is better and the superlative is best, because these are irregular adverbs. Okay, so we have little, less, least, bad, worse, worst. Okay, so can we differentiate between regular and irregular adverbs now? Bravo. Now, for adverbs which end in ly, they have their comparative and superlative formed by adding more and most. Okay? These are for adverbs that end in ly. So let's take the words. Positive: friendly, happily, quickly, foolishly, beautifully, wisely. So the comparative for friendly is more friendly, superlative, most friendly. For happily, we have more happily, most happily. For quickly, we have more quickly, most quickly. For foolishly, we have more foolishly, most foolishly. For beautifully, we have more beautifully, most beautifully. And for wisely, we have more wisely, most wisely. Do you understand that? So now can we identify our regular adverbs and irregular adverbs, and also the adverbs that end in ly, and we can also give their comparative and superlative. Yes, you are too much. Now I have an activity for you to do. Okay, in a tabular form, I want you to show the comparative and superlative forms of the following adverbs. Okay, so we're going to do number 1 and number 2 together, and I want you to do the rest yourself. Okay, now the first one, let's do it together. Nearly. So what will be the comparative and superlative for nearly? More nearly, most nearly. Now who can tell me why we added more for the comparative and most for the superlative? Wonderful. Yes, because they are adverbs that end in ly. They are adverbs that end in ly. Good. So the next one, we have loudly. The comparative for loudly will be more loudly, and the superlative will be most loudly. Now I want you to do the others yourself. You have gently, fast, early, clever, badly, and good. Okay? Beautiful. I want you to do it yourself because you now know the irregular adverbs and the regular adverbs and the adverbs that end in ly. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for being good boys and good girls. Hope to see you in the next class. Bye.